Hello, my lovelies. How are you? Welcome back. It's only been a month, like a couple of days over a month, so I am progressing. Um, so, welcome. This is my channel about cross stitch. For those of you that are new, for those of you that are not new, you know, you know the chaos. Um, so, like I said, this is my channel about cross stitch. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I am known on FlossTube and YouTube as the Snitch Stitcher, and on Instagram as the same name. That came about. Yeah, I'm not telling people secrets. It's just out of context. If you go to the Instagram, you'll totally get it. You'll totally get it. Friday Folly. It's little snippets that I overhear at retreats and stitchy groups, and I just put them. Um, it's stuff that you're like, what? And then I put it on a pretty floral background, and add cursive and just make it fun. So anyway, that's how this channel was created. I do love cross stitch, and I could talk about it ad nauseum. And some friends pushed me to do it, so because I can talk to anybody about anything. So here we are. I've been doing this for a little over, well, coming up on 2 years. Holy cow. I did have a little sabbatical due to some family issues. Watch past episodes, you can kind of figure that out. Anyway, this is a channel about cross stitch, and let's just go ahead and dive into it. Now, just so you know, this has the potential to be slightly chaotic because this little stack right over here is very precariously stacked. I was trying to rearrange something earlier and it nearly toppled over. And this is, I don't know how many times that I've started this already today. So I don't know what I've already said, what I haven't said, and hopefully we get this right and I don't have to edit it a whole lot because I hate editing. So anyway, well, let's jump in. So you want to know what I've been working on? Let's hop into it. This one had to go to the top of the stack because I kind of forgot about it, and then I tried to put it lower in the stack, and that just was not going to happen. Those of you that know me and have been here before, you know that my best friend Tanya, Needle and Bone, makes project bags. This is one of my absolute favorites. I love Frida. You will find here, if you're new, Friday Kahlo, Alice in Wonderland, Flamingos. Those are my happy spot. Anything bright colors, things like that. I mean, you see my quilt that's back here. I love it. It brings me happiness. And so that's what we do. And I'm going to go ahead and try to grab my board so that I can remember to do this correctly. We'll see. But this is an awesome bag from Tanya. And I know some people don't like hearing zips, but man, she has like the best zippers. They are wonderful. This was a new start this month, or actually last month, and it was one of my WIPGO choices, and it was for a new start. And I apologize, it still has hoop marks on it. I did have to frog, that's why it doesn't have as much progress as I was hoping it was going to have. And this is Chipper Chopper, and it's from a good friend of mine, Raymond. I know you can't really tell, but this is a guillotine. It's going to be a really cute pink guillotine because that's what we do. And this fabric, I know you can see some model. Oh, that's actually pretty good. The modeling on here, this is one I went to a retreat and we were showing people how to do different types of dyeing fabric. And this is like a drop method. You kind of like soak the fabric, have it in a foil pan, and you drop some of the colors, and then you can use some water to wash it out a little bit. But I thought it was perfect for this because it's got a lot of pink in it, and it just has some pretty colors in the background. So I haven't gotten a whole lot of work on it because I messed up, I miscounted, and so I had to start it back over. Well, not really start it back over, but I had to rip quite a bit. So I'm hoping that I can get back into it. Also, my stitchy bug has been less than stellar of late, so that happens too. Although I say that, and I've been having a hard time putting this one down. This is another tiny bag. Yeah, it is a tiny bag. I stitch primarily in hand. And that's why I like a lot of the smaller bags, because I don't need a hoop and all the other stuff in it. I just basically need my fabric and my floss. And Tanya knows me, so I think this was a retreat table gift. It's a Rose Apothecary from Schitt's Creek, which I love. You will catch me quoting them more than once. And yeah, because they're awesome. But this is Wishful Thinking from I know how to say this. I've been saying it for years. Long Dog Samplers. It's a fun one. It's called Wishful Thinking. Let me get it here on the deal. And I have all of this fabric on here because I have made mistakes in the past cutting fabric and then it was too small for what I need. And so I just, a lot of times will go ahead and leave it on there. Oh, that is like almost spot on with the color of both the fabric. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more goldeny color, but it's made we live in slightly less interesting times. And it's really not that big. It just comes down to here. So it is getting some good love. I finished this up. I worked on this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then got into some of this area. And I was really proud of myself. I've probably got about 1,500 stitches into it the last couple days or last few days. I really got to jamming on it. I'm using silks. It's from Mo Sale Silk. You can find, she's got a Facebook group. And she does different colors like each Saturday, and it's one of those, me please, you have like 20 of them, and she has different size skeins. She has like 17 something yards and then like 120 yards. If I find a color of hers I really like, I go ahead and get the 120 yards. It's like 20 bucks. And because she doesn't always re-dye a lot of stuff, there's some of the colors that she doesn't end up redoing because they're just not as popular. It's just not worth the time. So if I find one I like, I grab it. But I'm doing this is 1/1 or 1/2, sorry. And I am getting excellent coverage. So it is fabulous. But it definitely suits the whole idea suits right now because I'm tired of living in interesting times. Most of my life seems to be in interesting times. I mean, I'm a Gen Xer. The whole, Space Shuttle or Challenger, the predictions of the new Madrid fault. I was living in Memphis at the time, and it was like a whole big deal. Challenger. Let's see what else. Just, the Berlin Wall. All of this stuff. I mean, of course, then you lead up all through whatever, and then COVID. The pandemic, as we call it. This is another Tanya bag. You will see primarily that most of my bags are Tanya bags. I do have a few people that I can purchase from that I can cheat on Tanya with. And that's so lovely. It's Lucy. She's primarily just at retreats. My friend Debbie, who also does she's known as the bag lady in the Dallas area. She actually lives here in Lake Shreveport. She lives not too far from me. But she makes bags. And then Renee with Golden Familiars. Those are the only people I'm allowed to cheat on Tanya with. Otherwise, I get a serious stink eye, and that girl can give some stink eye. But this is, I love it. It's bright, it's colorful, it makes me happy. And this has been one of my projects that I've been using quite a bit lately for my What the Flock Friday. I try to, of late, because my stitchy bug has been just the shit. It has just been awful. I haven't been doing as much, but on Fridays I try to work on something flamingo related, and I called it What the Flock Friday because it just suits my personality. But this is a Pearl Under the Sea, and this is by Barbara Anna, of course, because look at that face, and it's a mermaid riding a flamingo. I love this. It's a lot of fun. I finally did get all of the flowers done in her hair. I got all the flowers done on the flamingo. Been working on getting some of these little bubbles and stuff in here. And I really do like it. I've been enjoying it. And there's a lot more of the white bubbles or whatever that is in there. I just kind of get tired of working on it, so I'll move to another part of the flamingo. There are a bunch of like seaweedy pieces that are going to be coming up. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to try to give it some more love. I want to try to start getting some finishes. I know I am a project stitcher. I am not a process stitcher, but I've had a lot of this stuff hanging out for a while. And when I get the urge to work on it, I'm just going to plug on it. Now I do have different times that I work on some different things, and sometimes I just work on whatever. This is my birthday start from last year. 2025. And I've gotten some love on it. I try to work on it the first week of each month because my birthday is the first of the month. It's the 1st of March. And the board's not going to help with this one. This one's a pretty good size. This is another Tanya bag. I am using Silkies with this, but isn't that not gorgeous? It's the sugar skulls and the colors and just this is one of the older styles of Tanya's bag. She actually started making them a little bit more square. Um, so they're awesome. That's one of the great things about Tanya. She'll take whatever you have, if you have fabric for her or whatever, and she'll do whatever bag you want within reason. You just send her the fabric. And now this is not going to all fit on here. I am going to go ahead and pull it on the board because it makes it a little bit easier. This is the Fruits of Plenty. And of course, I have more fabric than I need. I have been working on doing the borders around all of these little areas. I am using the Broadway collection. I did of the Silky Floss. I did start, it originally was just going to be this lighter blue, and you can barely even see it on here. This is the way the camera is. In person, you can see it. But I started doing that as this, but you really couldn't see it. It wasn't making me happy. So I decided to go with this darker teal, and it just pops. And I haven't finished this the whole motif. I have other colors. I just haven't figured out what colors I want to use for it yet. So I decided to start focusing more on these major intersection lines, dividing lines, whatever you want to call them, because it made sense, and it's just been going with my joy lately of when I want to stitch. I just want to stitch kind of mindless and not have to worry about what colors I'm going to put where. So, and some of this stuff has been frogged because I tried different things and it just didn't work. But that's the great thing about stitching. I mean, because originally this was just a 2-color pattern. That's the way it is charted by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I love how they do that. It just wasn't what I wanted to do. I had intended, honestly, to do that. I was only going to do the light teal and the pink. And then I started playing around with the others because I had all the other colors. I mean, because you can see all the different colors that I have in here. I am going to need to get some more of the dark teal because I didn't order enough of that, or I didn't have enough of that. I had ordered the light teal on a bunch of rolls of it. So I'll have that for another project and another day. It's all stash. And I'm definitely beyond life expectancy. Lordy mercy. Oh, okay, behave. See, we started getting a little tippy-toppy over here. Okay, and I apologize for this Bud Ugly lamp. I am job hunting. And a lot of times when I'm doing my interviews, I do it from this chair. I take the quilt off because it's a little too homey. And I don't, of course, have stuff on the table here, and I don't have this here. Those get moved out of the way. That's just basically for me recording, so I have a place to put my stuff. But I needed something there. And this is another lamp here, which I think is fine, but it needed something there, something that to make it a little bit more personal instead of just a blank wall. And I did pull, this is a picture from in my living room, just so it had a little something besides just white wall behind me. You really can't even see it, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so let's get back to this stitching. This is an Alice in Wonderland bag. Of course, another Tanya bag. This is, I can't remember if I found this fabric or she did, and we got it, and it was all good. And there's an Alice sticker in there. I worked on this one. I did work on this one a little bit yesterday on the 4th of July. I didn't do a whole lot because I just really wasn't feeling it, but I did stitch it on the 4th of July, and I do want to try to get this finished this year. This is another big Hawken one. Let me try to get at least part of it on the board so I can hold it up. Okay, so this is One Nation. I think we can do it. I'm trying to see through to see. Am I getting it the right direction? Yeah, there we go. So I have been working on it, trying to get it completed. It's a big Hawken project. And I don't always feel like working on it because it gets kind of boring. It does. But I still have like, I don't remember how many rows. I still have several rows down here that I need to do. And that's fine, of the states and still some of the stars. But it's good. And I do enjoy it. Like I said, I do want to, it is one that I would like to get finished this year. I started this in 2021 at a retreat and we were talking about it and everybody's like, ooh, I love that. I'm like, yeah, I'll bring it back next year and it'll be done. That was 2021. It's 2026. It's been 5 years. But it's okay. It's okay. I make and break goals all the time. And that's fine. Oops, there's some of my red floss that goes with that. Let me put that in there before I lose it. Y'all, I'm a sucker for a good red. This is, I think that's 321. Um, I'm a sucker for a good red, and you will see with a couple of my purchases that I have under here. Okay, so this was my birthday start for this year. Another tiny bag. And this piecing that she's been doing, is that not? Oh, look at Alice. Gotta love Alice. Isn't she just beautiful? And then on the back, then she started doing the quilting. It's wonderful. This was my start for my birthday this year. It's called The Sweet By and By, and even better is The Sweet By and By is a song. It's a church song, as my my cousin's little girl will call it. But I as soon as I saw it for Modern Folk Embroidery, I fell in love and wanted to start it. I had to make myself stop and not start it before my birthday because I wanted to do it as birthday start. And it's really, for Modern Folk Embroidery, it really is not that big. So this is the Sweet By and By. Let me get it in here. It's only going to go down to here. This is the bottom border here. I've been working primarily just working on the borders, getting some of that done, and then I started working off on some of these other motifs here, just kind of changing something up a little bit. And the color just does not show up how it should. This is a much more of a pinky color, pinky purple, and this is more of a grapey color. It's a little too dark the way it's showing up. And no matter what I do, I can rarely ever get it. On video, I can never get it to show right. On camera, occasionally, but with a camera, you can kind of play with the settings a little bit more. But yeah, it's just not showing up. Sorry. I haven't been talking a whole lot lately. I've been spending a lot of time. Well, no, I take that back. I have. I've been doing interviews. And so I have been talking some, and then I won't talk hardly at all because I live alone. And that's fine. And I talk on my Stitchy group meetings, things like that. But I'm honestly, except for the people that meet me when I go to retreat. When I go to a retreat, I'm a chatterbox. In person, I'm a chatterbox. If I'm around, depends on the people I'm around. Sometimes I am super quiet. I'm just listening and absorbing and just enjoying the moment. And other times, I don't stop talking at all. Period. Or should I say exclamation point. Okay, so this is another project I've been working on, and I know it doesn't fit completely in this Alice bag since I put it on a scroll frame. This is a project that I have been stitching for my friend Tammy, Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO. She had some issues when she was stitching it and had problems. Let me get that needle back on there. I was trying to pull off. This is from a was it? I don't remember when. Maybe one of the Jingle Balls? I don't remember if it was Jingle Ball or what. This is Gingerbread House Sewing Book. This is the back page. I've already finished the front page, or the front part. So I'm really been making really good progress. So basically I need to fill in the door. There's a bunch of snowflakes and stuff all around here and some little tchotchkes that are up top. And then I'll be done. And then I can send this back to Tammy. This has been a labor of love. This is not my color palette. It's so totally Tammy. There is no doubt about it. I do love the stitch and the pattern. The front page was more troublesome, even though there was less stitching. And that's because Tammy had started on it. She had some miscounts, so I had to figure those out. And then she stitches opposite legs than I do. When I'm stitching, my bottom leg goes from California to Maine, and then my top leg goes from Florida to Washington. If that makes sense. I figured putting it statewise, it made more sense. And so I had to turn it on its side to try to stitch, and I could not get into a groove with it. And it's 1/1 on 22 count hardingham. That is not a happy spot for me. It's not. But it looks good, and I'm hoping she's going to love it. And I know she will, because it's always awesome when somebody else does some stitching for you. Okay, so the last thing that I have worked on stitching-wise, let me get a sip of tea. This is cold tea. I just put it in a coffee cup because it's easier to deal with in the handle because my hands are acting weird. But it's like I'm not normally a spearmint person, but it's got like spearmint and it's got like clove and cinnamon and I don't know, but it's really good. I did it as a sun tea and it's from a local, it's from our farmer's market. Wow. So, okay, y'all know this big bag. This is my big bag from Lucy from So Lovely Designs. Um, and it works perfect because this is my Alice Hayed. And I can just open it up and it pops right in there. And of course you really can't see a whole lot of the progress that I've made because it's a Hayed. But this is where we're at. I can't remember what percentage I'm at. But I am using the typewriter method with parking, obviously. You can see the parking. I do have some of the ones. I did try originally tried Royal Rose. I tried Diagonal. I've tried following the color. All kinds of stuff. It just did not bring me joy. This is where we're at, and I really do love this method. It doesn't make sense to some people. I mean, because there are several of these colors that are duplicated across here, but it's just like there's significant break. So I ended off because I'll do one leg going and then one leg going and then come back to my start point and then drop down to the next line of wherever that shows up again. And so whenever there's a major break, then of course you're going to have the, but you know, you are starting to see a little bit of something, kind of, sort of, a little bit. It's a stained glass kind of Alice. It's the, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to put some pictures in of what these are supposed to look like. I don't know. It depends on how I feel like with the editing. We'll see. So there has been a little bit of progress with it. This did meet my WIPGO goal for, my first one was just a new start, and I started Chipper Chopper. But the idea is to get at least 200 stitches in. I got over 200 stitches in on Chipper Chopper, then I had to pull out probably about 150. I think I got about 300 in, so I had to pull out about half and then go back and restitch. This one was 200 as well. It was any Alice pattern, and I chose this one because I've been really wanting to work on it. So that's where we're at with that. Let me try to get this back in here. The great thing about this is it just slides right in, and then I've got my flosses. This is one set of flosses. I have another ring just like this that's actually in the big back pocket. So it makes it really nice. And I can't remember what Lucy calls this bag, but I love it. She gave it to me for my birthday. And, you know, flamingos, hello, and all the bright colors. It's wonderful. Okay. So that's all the stitching I've done. I've kind of been sticking with the same projects. I really haven't been doing a whole lot of stitching. I really just haven't been feeling it. Let me get this puppy out of the way too. But you know, it is what it is. However, I did go to Memphis a couple of weeks ago. I actually went to high school just outside of Memphis in a little town called Millington. It was a military town. My dad was not in the military. They actually told me as a teenage girl that lived 2 miles from the main gate of the base and said, stay away from the military. I married a Marine. See how well I listen? Never have. It's okay. So, anyway, I went back. I've been wanting to go back for a while just to kind of visit. Some of my dad's family is there. I'm not as really close with them as I am with my mom's side. We're super tight. But I don't know, with mom having passed and just different things, I've been kind of missing history, wanting to kind of walk down memory lane a little bit. So that's what I did. My best friend that I grew up with, we met in freshman year of high school, knew for over 30 years. She passed away. It's coming up on 12 years now. My dad's already gone. Mom passed this September. So I've been, I don't know, the whole memory lane thing has been really pulling me. So I've been wanting to go back to Memphis. Let me get back to the start. ADHD, can you tell? I've been wanting to go back to Memphis for a while, but I just hadn't found a reason to go. And then one of my girls, I met her through a stitching group, and I've known her virtually for 6 years. We've never met in person. She lives in Tennessee. She actually lives in Chattanooga. I lived in Dallas, now live in Louisiana. And so we'd never met, but her mom had passed away. It was probably about, a month ago? And I can't remember exactly when. And I don't know, I just had this urge to support her. She was going to be, her mom lived in Memphis. And it just clicked that it was something that I needed to do. She had loved and supported me with my mom passing, and I wanted to do the same for her. She has supported me a lot over the years. That's the great thing about some of these relationships you make, even if you've never met the people. There's some of these Zoom meetings and things like that. They're lifelong friends. They are. And you'll see sometimes when I talk about on my Instagram posts about some of the people that have just saved me mentally and emotionally. Some of my Zoomy girls, my Thursday night girls, it's just, I don't know what I'd do without them. Well, girls and guy. Um, so I just wanted to go support her. And something in me was just saying, go, 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 go. And it was really funny because the church that the funeral was in was actually where I was confirmed when I lived there. We have a lot of things where our lives have crossed over the years, but we never met that we know of. So it was neat. I wanted to be able to go support her, get to actually hug her for the first time. Got to meet her husband in the flesh and her sons in the flesh. Her one son said he was laughing. He says, "I recognize that voice." So it felt good to be able to love on and support her. Um, she had her family there, but she didn't really have any of her friends. Her friends are all in Chattanooga. So it felt good to give back and to love on her. It felt like this is what I needed to do. Along that, with that, I got to visit with her. I didn't let her know I was coming. I didn't want to put any pressure on her. She already had enough going on. And so, anyway, we're getting off onto personal stuff. Anyway, I went down memory lane, the whole thing. It is what it is. But I did do some shopping while I was there. I had met Sarah, Memphis Sarah E. Um, at Market, and we just kind of chit chat a little bit. And I wanted to stop by her shop. She has a shop, Stitchers Memphis, and it's got needlepoint and it's got cross stitch, and it is an adorable shop, absolutely adorable shop. Everybody there was so super nice. It was nice and bright. Everything was well organized. We were cutting up and laughing. I even got a couple of things for my context for my Friday Folly that I'll add in there sometime. But I did some shopping. Should I have? No. Did I? Yeah. I also went to Forbidden Fiber Co. They're up in Covington, Tennessee. She's getting ready to shut down I think as of now, I think her storefront is shut down. So I got to go in there and do a little bit of shopping. I didn't get a chance to visit with her. I did visit with one of her staff who was super sweet. I cannot remember her name to save my life. But I spent some money, y'all. Do I need fabric? No. Do I need floss? No. Do I need yarn? Hell no. Did I get all of that? Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do with some haul that I have, and it's not just from them. And I know this is not going to show up. This is Cersei. This is, oh God, it's not showing up. It's more of a pinky underlined purple. This is one of my fabric of the months. I always forget to show you my fabric of the month. Let me see if I put something white in front of it. Oh, that kind of, it still is not helping. It's still not helping. Take it down a little bit. It's more pinky. It's got a more of a pink undertone to it, so it's a lot warmer than the cool tones. But I get my fabric of the month from Under the Sea Fabrics. I get a Jovelin 32 count, but this is Cersei. Is beautiful. Go on her website, you'll see it. I've been getting stuff from Leslie for several years now, and not only is she an amazing person, and her staff are fabulous. I love Jen. Just everybody. Her fabric and her dyeing is chef's kiss. It is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. With that being said, let's see. When I went to a small little group of people that we all know each other, that we did like a little small retreat, probably about 3 weeks ago. One of the girls, her dad does woodwork stuff. So, and I've showed you guys my little tray. It was made out of yardsticks. Her dad did these, so it's a little tool holder, but it's in this cute little crown. Is that not adorable? I haven't started using it yet because I still hadn't unpacked it. Why, I don't know. And then, okay, so one of the great things about having a bestie that makes bags is I get free bags. She does bags that she makes for me, but when we were at the retreat, she was working on bags, and she made, is this not an adorable bag? But you know what? She forgot to do her top stitching across here. Would anybody know? Ow, frick, that hurt. Sorry, I hit my funny bone. Would anybody else know? No. Would they care? No. She saw it. She couldn't stand it. So guess what? I got a new bag. You know what that means? I need to start something else. Anyway, okay, so let's start with, oh, I'm going to continue with that retreat. Sorry for the noise. So the area that we were at, it's at Red Boot Retreat. It's a retreat center. And it's basically a quilt retreat. But they have awesome stuff, really, really awesome stuff. And it's just so relaxed. You get an L-shaped table. She has a light. She has ceiling fans. She has all kinds of stuff there. It is comfy rolling chairs, like office chairs, and they're big butt chairs, which is even better. So I was looking for some fabric. I needed this green for a project, so I can FFO a project. I know, the FFOing project is funny. But I didn't realize when I opened it up, because I love that. The green was perfect, so I figured I would just give the rest of the green fabric to Tanya to use for a bag or a lining or whatever. Well, guess what? It has all three of these colors. I have something that would, let me figure out which hand I'm using. I have something that would work with this. I may have something that'll work with this. So I got all that for next to nothing. I was super excited, and I'm not even going to worry about wrapping that up. That's a future me problem. So I got that, and then they had some really cute fabric. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with it. I may use it as a backing fabric, but is that not cute? And it was super, I think it was like $6, and I think this is like a yard and a half. So I have that. And then I've been wanting to get Tanya to make me some project bags for my scroll frames. So it'll have a long zip across the top, and then the scroll frame slides in. But I really hadn't found any fabric that I liked. And then I found this. It's like a newsprint kind of fabric. Let me see if I can get it right side up. Of course not, because that would make sense. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's got like sewing terms. It's wonderful. It even has like button onlay manufacturers. Shows a running stitch, a basting stitch, a whip stitch, slip hem, slip stitch. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so I got a couple of yards of this. It's because there's a couple of things that I think I want to do with it. And then once I figure out the sizes of the project bags that I need, when I get them all worked out, I'm going to give the fabric to Tanya. And I was thinking about doing one with the red zipper and one with the purple zipper, because I think 2 is about what I need. And she talked about maybe doing like red, like the quilting to match the zipper on that black and white fabric. Does that not just sound absolutely fabulous? Okay. So, let me go ahead and go over my stuff that I got at Stitchers Memphis. Yeah. Made my heart happy. Okay, going in there and talking with Sarah, it was wonderful. And like I said, her shop was fabulous. I did get this cute needle minder, slightly bitter. Yes, it's appropriate. I did get some flosses. Now this is one that it's Classic Colorworks Bing Cherry. I always pick up Bing Cherry no matter where I go, because this is one of my favorite deep reds. And I have different, because there's different dye lots. I always grab 2 if it's available. But I love Bing Cherry because I've used it on so many things. And then this beautiful, I'm always looking for a good blue. This is Mermaid's Fin. Is that not gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous. And for Gingerbread Village, even though it is done mainly, the main part of the stitching is done, I just need to do back stitching. I just have not been happy with the clouds. So I did find this. It's called Fuzzy Stuff. It's a little fuzzier, so I'm going to do a little sample piece to see if I'm going to like how it works. Okay, so I did buy fabric. Do I need fabric? No fucking way do I need fabric. But I got it anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and use my board for this to make it a little bit easier. So one of these are both by Oak Crown, I think, Studios, or Oak Crown Stitching. One is Sunny Sky, and the other is Sunflower. Okay, I am not a yellow person. Okay, here are these 2 fabrics. And this one's actually coming out a little darker. And this one is fairly close. It's not as white in there. It's just a softer yellow. I am not a yellow person, but this yellow, I walked past it and I picked it up and put it down, picked it up and put it down, and then I was like, I have to have it. And I'm always a sucker for a good, like, I don't know, it's like an aqua. And it has like some undertones of like some purples in there. A little bit. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I couldn't pass them up. And they're both 32 count linen. Now I stitch on pretty much anything. I have some 40 count. I have not tried stitching on it because I'm not sure my eyeballs could really handle that. Um, there were not ones that I purchased. There were ones that I won, and I am going to probably try to do something with them eventually. Just not right now. But the other thing that I got at Stitchers Memphis, which I swore up and down I was never ever going to do, and my girls laughed at me because they know me. But when I saw this, okay, let me try to turn it the other way because it's kind of it's gotten too bit into a curve. When I saw this, I laughed so hard. And it's a southern thing. I don't know that everybody will get it. It's needlepoint. It's a Piggly Wiggly bag. Yeah. Do I have flosses for it? No. Have I planned on when I'm going to start this? No. I saw it and I had to have it. Can you imagine doing this all up as a bag and using it as like a pen cup or like a tool cup? Of course, I know I'd have to put something weighted down here in the bottom. But is that not just fabulousness? I had to have it. I may just hang it up on my wall for a little bit until I figure out what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, it made me happy. I squealed when I saw it. And the gal said, she said, well, I really thought we would do more of these. And they have done pretty good, but that was the last one left. And I was like, I'm like, do you have more of those? And she's like, no, that's it. I'm like, I have to have it. Please give it to me. So I got it. Okay, so then I went to Forbidden Fiber Co. Y'all. Okay, y'all know I'm a sucker for a red. And apparently I'm a sucker for a gorgeous blue. So I got Courtier, or Courtier, I don't know. Depends on what state you live in. And Mediterranean. Are those not just magical? The camera does not do them justice of how deep and just look at that. Is that not gorgeous? They just made me happy. They made me so happy. So happy. And I also got fabric because, you know, of course I got fabric. I got a 28 count, 25 count, and a 28 count. I think, yeah, the two, one is the Lugana. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, are those not beautiful? Beautiful. Let's see. So the darker one is Stonehenge. It's a half yard of casual 28 linen. The middle soft gray is Harvest Moon. It's a 25 count Lugana. And then the light blue is Glass Light. It's a 28 count Lugana. Are those not beautiful? Do I need a half yard each? No. Did I just see them fall in love and said just hurt my credit card, make my credit card scream? Yes. Yes, I did. But they're mine now, and nobody else can have them. Unless I kill over before that happens. You know, it is what it is. And then, even though I really have not been doing a lot of yarn stuff, I have not in a while, and I gave away all my yarn. Tanya's daughter took a majority of it when I moved. She had a friend of hers that crocheted and things like that. But I've been wanting to make myself some fingerless gloves, which would be perfect like in the wintertime, which we don't really have a whole lot of winter here in Louisiana. But it would be nice. And I saw this yarn and fell in love with it. And I got the last two skeins. Okay, it is not, this camera, I hate you, camera. It's purple. It's beautiful. It's looking blue. That is not what this is. It is a beautiful purple with a black and some light gray, and I hate my camera. I detest it. You are not worthy of this yarn. This yarn is beautiful. It is called Gluttony Sock Yarn. I guess it's a pre-order. This is pre-order. It is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It's about 425 yards. Um, it is, y'all, it's beautiful. There were so many things that she had there that were gorgeous, and I saw this and I stopped in my tracks. I'm a cheap yarn girl. These are not cheap, but they are fabulous. Abso-freaking-lutely fabulous. Let me try to turn around so you can see the information on it. It's Forbidden Fiber Co. It's called Gluttony Sock. I wish it wasn't showing blue, because there is a little bit of blue in it, just barely, but it is mainly purple and black with just a little bit of blue and a touch of gray. And it is, every time I see it, it just makes my heart happy. So there we are. Anyway, that's all I really have for you. My plans for this next month, of course, I have my usual days that I work on stuff, and I have it all down in the description. I do have, this is my Frida Frenzy month, because she was born in the month of July. I'm going to try to stick with working on each of my Frida Frenzy projects that I started last year. That is my goal. I'm going to keep it kind of loose, because right now any stitching is good stitching. It's whatever I feel like working on. But I do have my 2 WIPGO goals for the month. One of them is Reflections in New Orleans, so I'm going to try to get at least 200 stitches on it. And I work on that on the 17th of each month, or should I try to work on the 17th of each month. So I'm going to try to get at least 200 stitches on it. That is one that I do want to get finished this year. So I do want to push on it. I did get one corner completely finished, so I have 3 more corners to finish. So hopefully we'll be able to get that done and get some, hopefully I'll get more than 200 stitches. If I can, once I get into the groove of it, I seem to be okay, and I'm good. It's a color changing floss. So since it's a variegated going from purple to green, it does need, you have to be a little bit more careful with it. So I don't enjoy the stitching of it as much, because I have to be more careful with how it lays. I don't want it to be all clumpy with one color or the other, and kind of thinking I don't want to have stripes going all different directions. So I try to think about it a little bit as I go. So it takes a little bit of the joy, and I think that's probably why it's been hanging around for so long. So my other one, and it's so apt because it just was perfect, was okay. So number 17 was Reflections in New Orleans. Number 9 for WIPGO is Any Frida. It's 200 stitches. So I'm planning on doing Fridas. So I think I've got that covered. I think I may do all Fridas. Maybe I could get 200 stitches on each of my Fridas. I mean, it could happen. I mean, I sat down with wishful thinking and put, over 1,000 plus stitches. I think closer to 1,500 stitches in the last few days. So I think if I could just get in a groove, I mean, it does help with wishful thinking that it's just one color. I don't have to worry about it. With the other, it's a lot of color changes, and I still need to do something with my fabric for one of my Fridas. I started it. It's dark colors. It's right now, it's just like her face colors, face tones, black and brown. And I realized that there's a lot of white stitching that's kind of along the edges of her body, and back stitching and things like that you can't see. So I am going to try to do a little bit of a soft dye on that. I'm gonna do it with pipettes around the edges and stuff to try to get, I'm gonna add like a soft pink. That's my plan. I've got some petal pink in there, and once you kind of wash it out a little bit, it just adds a real soft color. So I'm hoping that I can do that without making too much of a fuss. Even if I get it onto the colors that are there, because it's all DMC, I'm not worried about it running. I think even if I was to soak the whole damn thing, it would be fine. I just don't really want to add that to, especially like the face color, but it should be fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. So anyway, so we're going to work on that. And then we do have Midsummer Stitch coming out from Lindy Stitches. It's a virtual retreat. I'm going to try to go. It's just a Saturday, Sunday. But for some reason, it's almost always on the third Saturday of the month, and that is my local, not so local, stitchy group Saturday. So I go all the way over from Shreveport Bossier area to either Kaufman or Forney, Texas, which is about 2.5 hours each direction. Then I go, I grab Debbie and I grab Julie and we take off and go. So by the time I get home, after we get up early, I pick up Julie usually about 7. Then we manage to swing by, pick up Debbie, and then we hit the road, go over there. We don't leave there till about 3 or so, sometimes 4, maybe later, and then a couple hours home. And then try to log in to do a online stitching thing. It's been a lot of people time, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to make it Saturday. We'll see. I do want to try to make it on Sunday because I do enjoy that. So we'll see what happens. It also depends on the whole job front, how that works. So I think that's really all the stuff that I've had going. I don't really have a whole lot of crazy plans. I'm not really trying to add to my plans and make things any tougher. Um, August has just got the same stuff. I'm not planning too far ahead because, like I said, I can barely keep up with what I got now. If you've never been to one of the Lindy Stitches virtual retreats, I suggest going. It's, I think, $10-15 to start for your admission. I think it's $10. And there's virtual stitching rooms, which is great. It's basically like being on Zoom, but you're at home in your comfy clothes with your stuff around you and just chilling. So when you get to where it's too much, just log off for a little bit and then log back in. They have some retreat exclusive patterns. I know that they're talking about they're going to have, like, I think pairs of FlossTubers are going to be recording all weekend. They always have different designers and stuff that go on and talk about stuff, and it's really great. It's got a lot of stuff. They do some classes. The classes this time were pretty neat. I'm probably not going to do any of the classes just because I just am not in the mood to commit to anything right now. But they do have some awesome classes, and I've been torn about doing it. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to, especially since I'm going to be at Stitchy Group. So, but do take a look at it. They also have what's called speed dating. It sounds chaotic. It is a little chaotic, but it's a lot of fun. You basically log in and you sit there with your stitching and you're chit chatting with somebody for about 5 minutes, and then it switches to another person. And I think it does it for about a half hour. If you get along with these people, you can extend that time and just continue to chit chat, and then maybe agree to hop off and talk more in one of the group rooms or whatever. I've made some amazing contacts that way, and some people that I have met that have been fabulous. We've chit chatted. We've just everything, and it's a lot of fun. It sounds a little daunting at first. Just make sure that your camera and your speaker are working when you log on. By going into one of the rooms, it usually helps with that. But it's a lot of fun, and getting to meet so many different people. They may not be your cup of tea, and that's fine. But go enjoy. It's a good, if you've never been to like a in-person retreat, it's a good way to kind of get an experience of it and the different people without leaving your comfort zone. So it's really awesome. So other than that, I do have some poetry. So let's start with Shapeshifter. This is from L.E. Bowman. L.E. Bowman. And I love this. It's called Come As You Are. My body asked, should I hide the new swell of my thighs? And what about these dimples and these rolls and these skin stretch lines? I used to be smooth as a lake in the morning and as fresh as the light that dances on the surface. Have you noticed the years collecting around my throat and my eyes? Were my breasts once fuller, my waist more defined, and my lips no longer plump and tempting, my mouth no longer gentle enough to kiss? Am I firm enough to be desired? Am I soft enough to be grasped? I run my fingers over the expanse, feeling the warmth of her flesh. Come as you are, I tell her. You're perfect as is. Something to remember. Okay, my other one is Her, and this is Pierre Alex Gentil. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I butcher it. I know that. So I've got 2 of them because they're short. This first one says, if you do not love yourself, others will use that to justify their inability to love you. Yeah, that's truth right there. This other one, oh, I love this. She is art in a beautiful museum, we recognize to be this world. Although she was beautiful, sophisticated, and captivating, not everyone cared to appreciate. And that's okay. It's okay. Appreciate yourself. Once you appreciate yourself, other people start to believe it when you believe it. You got to believe in yourself first. Okay, so job hunt. I'm still job hunting. I did have a really good first interview last week. I also had a couple of fakes. I've had some it's been kind of chaotic. Job hunting is a full-time job. Lord, it's a full-time job. But it's okay. It's okay. It's going. I know that I know the right job will come at the right time. I've passed on a couple of jobs that I'm just like, I just wasn't feeling it. And I know not to force it. I had one that sounded fabulous. I was about ready to sign the engagement letter, and I got a call from a recruiter friend of mine that had led me to that position. And after she had done some researching, she found out that that same position, that was like the 6th or 7th time it had been open in the last couple of years. And she's like, don't do it. This is big red flags. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, we're not going to do this. And that's okay. I mean, the money was great. I mean, everything with it was really great. And now I see why. And she knows me well enough to know that that would not work for me. So, doing the job boards, doing just different searches, different company searches, things like that. It's frustrating, but it's okay. I'm learning about myself as I go through and do this, and it's good. Like I said, I did have one that was pretty exciting last week that I'm really interested. I hope to hear back from them. So I'm hoping I hear back from them Monday afternoon, because since Friday was a holiday here in the U.S., the gentleman I spoke with said that he needs to put the information up, and hopefully the plan is, provided that they like what he had to say about that interview and my information, then I'll have a video call with who would be my manager and her boss, and then if that works well, then their boss. So please keep positive thoughts. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers on this. All the good juju, because I really think I would like this job. AP is AP. I do accounts payable. I've done it in multiple industries, so I've been just basic, entry level, done a little bit of everything. Honestly, right now, I just want to log on, do my job, and log off. All the positions that I have been looking at are 100% remote. I don't want to go back into the office. It is not my happy spot. One of the nice things about this company that I interview with is their remote first company. And they just, everything about them, their mission statements and everything was just really fabulous. So I'm really, really hoping that this is the right one. It feels good. I'll know more once, I guess the first person that I've talked with the recruiter and somebody that's associated with the department, but just getting to talk with the people there in the department, I think that's where I think it will really make a difference. And lucky for me, I can talk to anybody about anything. And I got 30 plus years of experience doing this kind of job. And I've done it in all kinds of different capacities. So I'm not concerned about the interview. If I can get to the point where I interview with one of the people involved, I'm golden. I'm golden, unless they're just a total douche. I've got it. And even if they are, I can usually win them over. But we'll see. Thinking positive thoughts. I'll take all that I can get. I am still continuing to apply to different positions. So we'll see what happens. I'm starting to get a little stir crazy, so I really would like to get a job soon. Although I did need this downtime. This downtime has been amazing. But start to get a little me. Does that mean that I'm still working on, I still have boxes to unpack. Have I been focused on that? No. Still no. But I am working on it. It's just not probably as fast as I should. I've just been taking time to take care of me. And I needed that because I haven't done enough of that over the years. And I don't think any of us really do. Um, it's especially as a woman, as a single woman, I don't really take care of myself the way I should. Because there's nobody to hold me accountable. And I'm still in my toddler area of if I don't want to, I ain't doing it. Um, but even, I have girlfriends of mine that, they're working full time. They've got kids at home, whether no matter what their age, and they've got a spouse, they've got all this stuff going on, and they're like go go go, and they don't get a chance to put themselves first, and they get burnout. And it seems like this is very generalist. It seems like um, a lot of times men are allowed to have that burnout and crash and burn and do that, but women really are not allowed to because there's so much else going on because women play so many roles and have switch out so many hats. And I know men do too, but it seems that women are forced into that role more often, and we don't get enough time for ourselves. And that's something we need to prioritize. My whole mental mindset, I am so much more relaxed than I have been in the last several years, and I needed it. I needed to unclench. Um, that is one thing that as finding and my therapist and other things that I have read and like books on trying to deal with grief and deal with burnout and deal with everything. It's always like unclench your jaw. It sounds easy, but you don't realize how many times a day that when you actually do it. Start noticing that. Start trying to put that in your head when you notice that you're clenching in that jaw. It's more often than you think. And when you can get to the point where you're doing that less and less, you're having less stress in your life and you're changing your focus. So I challenge you to do that. You can do it. I have faith in you. Hell, if I can do it, and I'm like, especially work-wise, I can be one of the most uptight people on planet Earth. But it is what it is. But I've enjoyed visiting with you guys. I didn't think this was going to go so long, but of course, you know me. I start talking, and that's just the way it happens. I love, love, love getting to spend some time with you, and I hope that you've enjoyed what you see here. If you, like I said, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe. It gives me all the happy chemicals in my brain and helps me continue to do this. I don't make any money on this. I never planned on trying to make money on this. I love stitching. I love everything about it, crafting in general, and I just want to share that with other people. If I can have a little bit of knowledge that I can share with you, make you laugh a little bit, make you shake your head and say, what the hell is wrong with her a little bit? It's all good. Then my mission for the day is complete. So do what makes your heart happy and just keep stitching. And I will see you guys. I'm going to try to work on about once a month. So we'll see if I can get more into it and get going with it. It may be more often. I don't know. I may try to pop on here with some little shorts. We'll see. Not me wearing little shorts. Nobody needs to see that. That is terrifying to think of. Dear God. Because my legs are about this color. Nobody needs to see that. I would be blinding you. It would not be good. But I'm going to try to start doing some different things like that. And I'm trying to post more on Instagram. Kind of got away from it. I'm trying to post at least every couple of days. So you'll see some of my progress there as I'm doing things. And anyway, I love you guys.